Well, it's recording now, right?
Yeah, it is recording. So
hello and welcome to this commentary episode, which we haven't done in forever. This edition includes the cats jumping around us. Well, the cat jumping around us, and the dog trying to bulldoze his way into our recording room, which is us under a bunch of blankets.
He is in here. He just hasn't quite gotten into right in the middle of everything yet. But yeah, this is going to be episode 3 of season 1, customer appreciation. So without further ado, let's get this shindig going.
I do love your use of special effects.
Oh, thank you. I think I literally used like a lot of Okay, I'm gonna have to turn the volume down for me a little bit. It'll be fine. Oh, and I turned it up. But yeah, I think I used like literally like air coming out of like one of those little things that you use to clean out keyboards and ports and stuff.
Oh yeah, the compressed air.
Yeah.
Well, just in general, you have a lot of good use of sound effects to kind of give an idea of where the characters are, kind of what's going on, auditory storytelling.
Thank you. I think one thing, it's kind of funny because this is the first time I've ever experimented with that at all, this series. But I did take one little piece of advice to heart. I was listening to the commentary episode of, I think it was like TMA or something, and
the Magnus Archives.
Yeah, and I think one of them, I think it was damn, can't remember his name now.
It's fine. Just
I know. But he was talking about how a lot of times people will waste a lot of time like looking so hard for the exact perfect sound effect, when a lot of times all you have to do is overlap a few sound effects on top of each other, and you'll get something that works pretty well.
Nice.
And so I've taken that to heart, and I think it's worked out and helped a lot. Especially because, like, it's sci-fi, so there's a bit of wiggle room, because most people haven't actually been, through an airlock, so they don't know how it's supposed to sound. And this is also technology from the future, so it's probably going to sound different anyways.
And it's make-believe.
Yeah. Here's the good song.
Yeah. It's always fun doing Winnipeg and Giannis having a conversation, because I just talk to myself.
And you do such a good job with that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like literally the only thing that I do to Giannis's voice is I think I pitch it up by like one semitone, and that's it. Everything else, it's just you acting. So, thumbs up.
Yeehaw. That's the testosterone. It made my voice deeper, and I still kept some of my upper registry. So that kind of helps switching between girl voice and boy voice.
Yeah.
Though Giannis isn't really technically a girl.
But it all works out. More feminine.
Captain
Rhianna.
Hello, Mrs. Savannah.
I love the character of Savannah, especially because she started off as like the space Karen, the customer that you dread to see because you can never, ever please her. She's always going to have something to complain about. She's always going to find some fault with you. And even though you do your best, you give like the 5-star experience, she's never going to rate you more than 2 stars.
Yeah. It's very, very fun. Like, especially because, okay, I haven't done a lot of work in customer service, though I will occasionally see, like, I'll see some.
6 years in Pizza Hut.
Yeah, like, I've had enough friends, and specifically like you, who have had to deal with the public on a regular basis to know how bad it can be. So drawing a lot from your guys' anecdotes and experiences, and just, everything you can find online of people being like, customers are sometimes so entitled or dumb or whatever. It's so much fun to play with.
And Rhianna does a really, really good job, I think, with just kind of bringing Sierra to life with that,
that would be great.
haughty snootiness, which is like literally the exact opposite of Rhianna IRL.
Yeah, Rhianna is a delight, absolutely wonderful.
But it's really fun seeing her just kind of flex these acting chops and really get into Sierra and her hang-ups.
Agreed.
Here for him. I'll wait for your report at the bar. Mrs. Savannah, the bar doesn't open.
It's also really
I
fun.
didn't ask you when the bar opened. I said I would be there.
It's also really fun to play against her as B, because B is this character who has decided that her entire existence is devoted to pleasing these customers, and now she has this one person that has decided that that is something that she just can't do. You cannot do this, and seeing that kind of like sneaky, resentful side of B come out is so much fun to play. I love voicing her just being like the most passive aggressive ever.
That's how you survive customer service.
Yes. Sounds about right to me. Oh, the kitty came to join me.
Or prepared nutrient loaf you plan to serve them. With your attention diverted, the blade comes down at an angle you did not anticipate. And instead
I love also how during all these commercials, there's an air of worker bee just like, I don't know how to actually connect with people.
Yes, very
Nutrient loaf, the blade comes down at an angle you didn't expect. Like, it's very robotic, and it very well, in my opinion, reflects just kind of worker bee's whole deal.
Yeah. Also, the fact that she's not concerned about the fact that you hurt yourself. It's, oh no, you're going to ruin the meal with your blood. What are you going to do about it?
People are going to judge you because you accidentally cut yourself with a knife. Wow. Everyone's going to hate you because you made a mistake.
Yeah, because it's like, it very much reflects both the fact that she has no idea what being what people's priorities are, but then also just the fact that, her own hang-ups, her own issues.
I love you, worker bee.
Aw, I'm glad you love her. I love her pretty well, too.
An update from the recording room. I have a cat on my lap making biscuits.
Yeah, she was over here, like, playing with the bottom of the blanket, and she pulled my microphone. It was a little naughty of her.
She's a cat. Of course she's naughty.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. Disclaimer. Use of blood begon has been shown to slightly increase probability of stroke in humanoids above the age of 55, pregnant individuals, and individuals with a history of coagulation-related illness.
Last part where she's just disclaimer. I can picture it just kind of like all these words just like scrolling up on a screen really fast.
Yeah. Like on her, like if she was doing this face to face with someone in her like robot body, which if you're listening to this, you probably have already heard this part about how her robot body has a screen face. It would just be like scrolling up past her face like as fast as possible.
Worker bee.
That is my designation as assigned by Apis Industries. Now, might you have any idea where the esteemed Captain Winnipeg is? None of my cameras can find him currently. And I'm afraid to say he's been a bit too adept at finding my blind spots.
You have voyeurism
for some reason.
No, she just has cameras everywhere. They put cameras up so that she can see everybody, so she can attend to their needs.
I have a need in the bathroom for you, worker bee.
Well, we already covered that in the first one. If you have trouble passing, your bowel movements in there, she will be there to help you along the way.
Does she have? Can she get me like a pad or something if that starts?
Probably.
But it'll cost you $5, 5 credits.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like it's something important like Viagra or something.
Wow, you need this hygiene product. That's gonna cost you.
Yeah.
Time to just
Oh no, is the kitty doing bad things? I don't think so.
Watch the stars.
I think she's just climbing around.
But serving the customers of Apis Industries is our utmost pleasure. Surely you believe that.
I'll show you my utmost pleasure.
Lucas, you're dreadful.
I know.
Quarters and will likely not be returning for at least 43 minutes, given the average time it takes someone to don and doff their spacesuits.
Yeah?
Thank you, Ray. I don't have any more questions.
Wait, what are you planning to do? B? And she's gone.
Don't be silly, Ray. I'm never gone.
Cool. So,
Just gonna brush that aside for the totalitarian
Surveillance state.
surveillance corporate state
Yeah.
that they're stuck in.
Yeah, it's so much fun, God.
absolutely sure you're not sentient. Because
Honestly,
I didn't
it
know
reminds
that.
me of when I worked in a call center
That
Oh,
was a
yeah?
goldfish
and we had a program
What do you mean?
that we had
Is there something
to
suspicious
that
about
would
the way
track
I worded
us.
that statement?
Yeah.
And so it would track when
Well,
we got on the call, it would track when we were
really
in this
specific
after
with
call
the
work, when we
wording
were taking our notes, it would track when we started our break, when
If
we
I
went
asked
to the
a kid if they
bathroom, when we
everything
clocked in, when we
weren't
clocked
thinking
out,
about
like
is
every
is
single
how
move
the
that we
government
made in the
is
contact
That
center
wasn't
was
being
tracked.
2015,
Yikes.
they were following
I love how, like,
That
jobs
that was
where-
my worker bee.
Yeah, I love how, like, jobs that don't pay you well and where they,
Perhaps the organic
like,
child
everything
had a
is
different
like
motive
that.
to assure you
They
were
they
following
care
the
so
rules.
much about how you use your time. But as you rise through the ranks or, like, get to a certain position, it's like, oh, you can, like, just do whatever you want and it's fine, even though it's going to affect more people and be more of an issue. Like, there's just such a weird disconnect between, like, you know, American leadership and, like, the reality of the situation, like, in anything, especially corporate. Like, I mean, we're just gonna talk about corporate stuff right now.
Yeah, there's very much
maybe. This is all
bottom line stuff.
Yeah.
I have a manual on how you operate and stuff, but this is all kind of new
Ray
to me.
knows you intimately, worker bee.
Why are you like this?
They have a manual.
How
Well, fair
do you
enough.
define sentience anyway?
Oh, Ray Seneca, you're hilarious. You, an organic, asking
This
me
is
to
kind of at the
describe
heart
innate
of, like,
spark of life that
why
sets your kind
I,
apart from me
like,
and the
kind of
dude.
just Worker
It's like
Bee's whole
asking an
thing
ape
and
to
the
discuss the
just what I
satire of
thought
the
was so much fun
colonists
about
in
her as a
Utopia.
character whenever I first thought her up is this
No.
it's just that idea of, like, this this AI who's just, like, does not understand what sentience is, does not understand that they are basically being used and belittled and gaslit their entire life, and that, like, oh no, this is fine and how it's supposed to be. And it's like, that feels a little too familiar, uncomfortably so.
Oh, don't thank me, silly. Thank yourself.
Not like,
Benefits
like
and
just with the
recognition
way
are
that
something you
I
earn
feel
by
like
trying
workers
very
sometimes
hard.
undervalue their own time and rights and stuff, you know?
Hypothetically,
Yeah, it's
if you
the
could
whole,
believe
at least like
things,
from
I mean,
the mindset that I've
you
seen,
really
where it's
believe
like,
that, don't you?
if you don't start,
I
if
don't
you
say
only
things
do
I
what's
don't
expected
believe
of you,
in,
and you
Ray
don't
Seneca.
kind of,
So, none of this hero worship of Apis is.
if you take your breaks, then you're slacking. If you take your lunch break, then you're slacking. If you
really
aren't
think this company is that great?
working, fast, quick, take on more, then you're slacking, and it's other people begin to resent you and stuff. So
Yeah.
like,
So here's the thing, guys. If you've read Animal Farm, be a Benjamin
All right.
and not a boxer. Be the guy who does exactly how much work you're supposed to be doing and not the guy who works himself so hard that the whole thing's on his back, he has a nervous collapse and then gets fired. There you go.
Mr.
Take care of
Apis
yourself.
is Probably great, sure, but he probably doesn't feel the same loyalty to you as you do to him.
You. Why? Oh, I understand. Don't worry, Ray. You can tell Mr. Apis I passed the test. My
Giant
devotion to
leap in
everything
logic
Oh,
here.
remains
B.
unshaken.
Yeah.
B, I'm not testing
I like you, Ray. There's no way you
Of
could be
course
suggesting
not.
that this
You're just
the person
espousing
that I also
outrageous
like
sentiments
is
because you're an
absolutely
agent of
not a
anarchy
great
looking to
person.
corrode Apis
What?
Industries from the inside out. My mistake. You cannot tell, but if I was in my humanoid chassis, I would be nudging you with my elbow right now to signify a shared joke.
Right.
it's
You
a lost cause, Ray. It's a
Yeah.
lost cause, buddy.
You can't just completely take
So
down my
industrious.
worldview in one
Another
second.
point
What are you
confirming that
talking about? This is a
employees among
story.
status and
That would be
associated
very
benefits.
short.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you
You're
around,
right, Ray. I've
Don't
learned the
host
error
any
of my ways
anarchist
and I'm going to
meetings without me.
change. Here we go.
See you around.
I don't think Ray's paid enough for this crap.
Ray is not most of these people are not paid enough for this crap.
You told me to wait for it at
Especially
the
this
bar.
guy.
Why would it say
This
that
guy's
if
not
the
even paid
bartender
at all.
wasn't gonna serve
Exactly.
anything?
I will serve you at 17
That contrast
hours
between
when we
barkeep
open
and
Mississippi.
B is very fun too.
Mm-hmm.
We are not open.
Because like they're
Therefore,
they're both afraid about like just the position that they're in, but B kind of like pushes that to the back of her mind and coats it in this whole like layers and layers of stuff. But Barkeep actually kind of gets it.
Barkeep knows that it is expendable, and
yeah,
that terrifies it. Whereas Worker Bee's like, no, if I just
I
do a good job, if I just prove that I'm not a burden, then people will want to be around me, and people will like me, and they won't throw me away.
Yeah, gosh, it's sad that kind of comes from like a personal thing, but you know, then I got meds and therapy, so I'm much better now. I promise.
I work in government.
It's true though. I'm doing great, honestly. So
I
that's
work
nice.
in government. I do too, Savannah, and you don't see me bragging about it.
Well, I mean, you just did a little bit.
Hello, Worker.
No, I didn't.
Hello, David. 9-1.
Saying it at all is like bragging. Oh my gosh, you made me feel so bad. I say as though I don't absolutely love my job, which I kind of do. So that's nice.
Very little consequence on what other people do.
The sass.
I do not mind.
You should have that one replaced. It's picked up some
Listening
bad
to
manners.
Michael's like reels are so funny because half of it is this and then half of it is him going and just like making the weirdest noises possible.
What?
No, like honestly, I like if you listen to the blooper reel, there are several moments of him just making these weird noises. It's like because when he messes up, he just makes the funniest like it. This next blooper reel is gonna be fun. I'll just put it that way.
Might help.
Your brother's weird, but that shouldn't surprise me given you.
Yeah, I know. We have some things a lot in common. He's great.
Like blood.
Oh, we have blood. We have flesh. We share our parents. You know,
Just tell
Only
it.
the Just
best
human
strings
things.
For you, cherished customer. 9-146. My physical chassis is currently inactive. Could you escort Sierra to the nearest storefront?
That won't be necessary. It's not like I don't know where the storefronts are.
Have a fantastic
Worker Bee knows
day,
exactly what you
cherished
want,
customer.
Sierra. This has no ulterior motives whatsoever.
All right.
what you
If
can't
you
possibly
need
think
any
she has
inspiration
something
for
else that
customer
she wants.
appreciation gifts, I've been meaning to buy some new earrings.
That's lovely.
So do you think
but I
like
have a
other
much more
non-humanoid
useful gift for you today, Mrs. Savannah.
species also wear earrings? And if so, where would they wear them?
Well,
If they
they're-
didn't have ears.
What the hell?
they
am I
wouldn't
supposed to
have
do with this?
earrings if they didn't have
my
ears
husband?
because you don't call it
That's
an
not
earring
just
when it's in
any
your nose.
electronic device, Mrs. Savannah.
But yeah, I
It's a
could see
collar,
that.
trademark.
I know that there's
Surely
like
you heard my
lizardy
fantastic
centaur guys
advertisement for
called
collars.
the agamids
Maybe.
that I have,
You
which
advertise a lot
oh,
of
I will
things.
see if any characters of theirs
Well,
come
of
up.
course I do, because
Not gonna
Apis
say one
Industries
way or
is
another.
Industries. Wow, they're
But
great. Now, what do you want me
I'm
to
trying
do?
to think of how they might wear
Do.
like.
Because they wouldn't have ears.
Oh,
I
they
suppose-
definitely wouldn't. Not external ears.
I
This is the
suppose,
first
like,
time
maybe
trying to
on,
give
like, if they had,
suggestions
like,
to management. I
fins
barely said anything,
or-
and
Oh,
you're
yeah,
already
heck
giving
Frills.
me a token
Yeah,
of
frills,
appreciation
frill
for
piercings,
every program.
nose
Nose.
piercing for sure. Maybe lip piercing.
course we
Maybe
want
some
to
like if they have like
to serve
pointy
the
teeth, like
customers
little
aboard
gold
the
caps on them.
LTS
That'd
Mobile
look pretty nifty.
which is the
yeah.
entire reason.
I
I've
also
been
know that
posted
I
here.
had the
Don't you think you're worth it,
Grunt
Savannah?
Hayworth or
I mean,
whoever
of
who
course
apparently
I'm
has
worth it,
tusks
but-
because
And
his
you have
face is carved into the side of
suspicions
that one
the captain
mountain.
has been
So
ignoring
anyone
you
with
from the
tusks could
sanctity
have
of
like
his
some really
cabin,
dope
a place
caps.
where
Like they
neither
would
of us
sometimes
can
put
reach
on
him,
like
correct?
you'll sometimes see in
Yes,
pictures of
yes, I
elephants
do.
like they'll have the
Then
neat
it's
caps
time
on
for
their
you,
tusks
the
or whatever.
customer, to take
Yeah.
matters into your own hands. Reclaim your hard-won
My
rights
leg's
as
falling
granted
asleep.
to
Oh,
you by
no.
Apis
I
Industries.
have.
Can you
I
do
have the
that?
right
Of course I can.
as a customer
Splendid.
to
The instructions
be
listed on the inside
rude.
of the crawler's packaging
Every
are
time.
That's my
specifically
right.
written so a
And then
novice
I'll get
can
free
still
stuff if I'm
operate
rude.
state-of-the-art
Yeah.
machine.
Don't do that.
So if you want
Yeah,
to
don't
familiarize
be
yourself with
that
its
person.
operations,
Be a
The
Rhianna,
only
not
right
a
you have as a
Sierra.
customer is to apologize for being a customer.
Yeah.
Infiltrate the
Basically.
what?
That me anytime I have to ask for help, like man, I had to get something from CVS yesterday where I actually had to interact with someone outside of just going to like the pharmacy counter or whatever, and I just felt so awkward the whole time. It's like, oh, okay, and then I need to wait over here and I'll just be quiet and I won't make eye contact. I'm gonna try really hard to not look like I'm like impatient. I'm just kind of chilling, and it's like it's so funny how you can like it feels like so many people are either on one side or the other of that spectrum. It's either you're like, oh, I know how it is and I don't want them to think that I'm being rude, or it's like, you are here to help me, and if you don't immediately make me feel happy and like do everything that I want, then I'm going to complain to your manager.
If I can't find something in Walmart, I will Google the product on, or search the product on Walmart's website, and then they generally have like the row, letter and number associated with that product, and then I'll go find it.
That's honestly, yeah, hell yeah, doing that every time. Now, I did say it feels like there's like a polarization there. That honestly, some of that is just an illusion, because the people that are rude are loud about it, and the people that are socially anxious about it all are me and my friends. And then there's there's definitely a lot of people in the middle who are just guys.
Just like, oh, I just need some help. Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my family.
That's the
in a year.
neurodivergence.
My spouse
Hey.
thinks I'm dead. Please, I just need to let them know I'm okay.
Just need to let them know I'm okay.
Red alert phrases and behaviors.
Ah,
What a
yes, B
suspicious
union
thing to
busting.
Placed at
Yeah.
intervals along gamma and delta X.
Yeah.
B's a scab. B's not a robot. B's a scab.
B's not a scab. There, like, do you think there's ever been a union in Apis Industries? They're just worried that a union will form. And B's not worried about the union forming. B's just worried that, oh man, people are going to make everything more difficult for Apis and for everything to keep running the way it's supposed to.
Oh, poor Apis Industries.
Because they're selfish. These selfish people wanting to take care of
Apis
themselves.
Industries is such a poor, helpless little company. Oh, no.
They're going to take away its rights to have their CEO make, like 3,000% more than the next highest up person in the company.
The instructions explained everything to your satisfaction.
That's not a statistical fact. I don't know how much Apis makes. I haven't thought that far yet.
He has a gold-plated toilet.
He makes 69 credits. Nice. No, he'd make more than that. That's silly. It's just funny to say that word.
Seriously?
Worker bee could be a spy in a different life.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool. Worker bee, the spy on the inside, spy bot.
We are utilizing a workaround.
All right. You're just a stupid computer program.
Just a dumb computer.
Stupid
I would
computer.
not call myself stupid, even if I am a non-sentient computer program, as you have said.
This is just like the noise of an RC car, which is probably obvious.
The video
It worked pretty well though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it goes. This picture, it's not as clear as I'd like, but I don't think he's in here.
Well,
Part
I
of
apologize
this
that it was
reminds me a little bit
impractical to
of
have
the
every
Outer
color
Worlds
display with
Yeah.
the
with
holographic
because it's
reactions.
all corporate bullshit stuff,
Yeah.
and
The thing.
it's with the crawler kind of being meh at best.
Yeah.
With like the screen, the controls, and everything, it reminds me of Spacer's Choice,
Yeah.
where it's like
It's
not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice.
That is his
I will say, I feel like,
Savannah, the captain
I think I had this world kind of brewing before I was acquainted with Outer Worlds, but it definitely had an impact on this stuff, because, I mean, they just did such a good job with the satire in that game.
Yeah, the
And I mean,
corporate
like,
satire
real
is really,
satire.
really great.
red button
Yeah.
with the minus sign on.
Everyone should play Outer Worlds.
It's
I'm
cute.
shilling for Outer Worlds.
Heck
If
yeah.
you liked, I'm told that if you liked Fallout New Vegas, you will love the Outer Worlds.
He's rather good
Yeah.
at hiding, I can
I
assure
started
you.
a New Vegas thing, but my computer's kind of bad, and also I get headaches, so
Pointless.
a lot of the games I end up
Savannah,
playing are more
rest
like
assured that
2D
this is all
graphics
in the
or like
interest of
otherwise
serving customers
simplified.
like yourself.
Like a lot of first-person shooters mess with me.
Worker bee.
Keep the crawler moving, Mrs. Savannah.
Dun dun dun.
Hey, you can't just seal off the hallway
I mean, she
like
kind of
that.
did.
Every action I have taken to this point has been for your well-being.
I think this is
along
the
with
only
that of the
point,
other customers aboard this
one of the only
vessel.
points where I have
However,
just
your
like
continued
music
cooperation
that
needed
is
to ensure
soundtrack
that
and not
all
something that B
customers
is
are
playing.
protected.
But
do not
besides
let
like
me
the
choose between
credits
your
and
safety
yeah.
and that
This
of the
song was
rest of the
also
ship,
made
Mrs.
by Sam
Savannah.
Kitch, by the way.
You may not like my decision.
I used it in the very first trailer, I think. I like it a lot.
You did a very good job.
Savannah. I'll make
Yeah.
sure you are properly
Sam,
compensated
you're
for
a
your
real
trouble.
one. Finger
Not
guns.
enough money in the system to. Oh my god.
Yes.
On the side table thing. Needles. Oh my god, is he on drugs?
Is he on drugs?
Yes. A testosterone prescription.
I wonder
which is
why
listed
he's on
in his file under
testosterone.
It's
medic
because he's
interest.
trans.
Yeah.
You're not looking for signs that the captain is
Like
under
me.
the
See,
influence of
this is
illegal
the thing.
substances.
Like,
What are we looking
it's
for?
not that hard
How
to
is this
slip in
helping?
things about
Wait, what about the
like
knives?
He likes
characters
knives.
being like
They're, like,
queer or
on the wall.
otherwise, just
One
like
of them is in a picture of.
without having to have it either be their whole thing or having it be super clunky. It's not that hard. Like,
Careful.
you just have to kind of work. Like, if you make it a priority and you work at it, you can find a way to slip that stuff in. It's not a big deal.
Its legs are all tangled up.
Tangled up? Can you hold the display up higher so I can get a
It's
better?
just some wires connected to a boring electronics thing. Men, right? Hello?
I've actually
creator
had
is a woman,
like
Mrs.
some
Savannah,
people
so the
go,
quote
"Are you
punchline
sure that that would
and
be a
quote of the
thing that
joke is
people would
lost
say?"
on
And I'm
me.
like, "Look,
Either way,
like
yes.
there was a
Captain is
point at my
certainly not
job
in his
where there
quarters.
was
I
this
have seen
machine
what I
that
need to
needed
see.
to be worked on,
Thank you for your
and it was like
assistance.
just some very simple things for
Ma'am,
figuring out
what
how
are
it
you
worked.
doing?
And I
What?
felt like
Oh,
every
I was
other
just,
like
Crew quarters are
woman
off
or
limits.
you
Come
know
on, let's
feminine
hand it back.
person there was like
Hey,
defaulting to
worker,
having a
you
guy look
gave
at
it
it, and I was
to
like,
me.
it's not that hard, guys.
B.
Not to like
Hello,
throw them
Officer
under the bus or
Tiller.
call them
May
out
I
or
assist
anything,
you?
but I
Our
think that there
cherished
is a
guest
little
is
bit of
something?
like
This
a
lady says
thing that
you gave
people
her this bottle
have,
of control.
like at least in America, where it's like,
It
well, you know,
wanted,
tech is a
look in the
guy
captain's
thing,
cabin for
and
something,
it's
so it
not
made me
it's
help.
not that hard.
Isn't that right?
It's
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
some of it's probably
jeepers.
very hard,
Wouldn't
but you know, the
infiltrating
stuff
a
that it,
senior officer's
it's
quarters
it's
with
the
one of our
idea that
patented
certain
collars trademark
male-dominated
be a serious
industries
breach of contract?
are
That doesn't sound
for
like something
men
I'd do.
and
You
some
will. Hey, don't touch me.
that it's
Ma'am,
harder for
I'm
women
gonna
to
leave
break
you.
into it, despite like
This is
there were
unbelievable.
women
Do you know who
programmers
I am?
putting
I work
Yeah.
Apollo men astronauts on the moon. Like
yeah. It was only
it-
once they realized, oh wait, this is kind of cool, and maybe people will think we're cool by doing it,
Fantastic
that
day,
it became
Savannah.
male dominated.
and then it became
Report to Mr. Apis from the Lit-Tritzy
The,
section, Mellifera. Date is
Kind of the norm.
2278-4-47.
where it was like, well, this is a men's thing now, and the environment pushed women out, and
It had such that's
and
so
then
lame.
once men
You'll be
start
pleased to
entering
know that all
into
crew
that
members
type of
have been doing
field,
their
then
very
you
best to
see
solve
this
this little
trait where like, well, it
communications hiccup.
becomes
As planned, I have been
prestigious.
interfacing
more
with customers to
prestigious.
ensure that
People
And
get
higher
paid better in
paid.
that
Relax
field, and then
during
when
these trying
women start
times.
moving into a field, they're like,
Captain
oh,
has
this
been
isn't
taking
that
regular
hard.
spacewalks,
Like I've heard people do
presumably
that with
because he
like
doesn't trust our
both like
navigation
realty
equipment
and
thinks he can
biology
do
weirdly.
better
Like I
with
think I read a
non-upgradable
thing somewhere where
organic
someone
eyes.
had a
And the
conversation
single
like at
remaining
their
Daisy
school about
unit
that.
9-146
And it's a shame
has
because
not
like
asked anyone else for name
biology is
after I delivered
like
a verbal
some people will
warning.
talk about how biology
especially
is just
want
like
to
rote
bring head
memorization, and
engineer
it's
racing
not.
to
It's
your
just that
attention.
you have to do
They have been
critical
working
thinking
tirelessly on
that
the
you
problem's
can't just
mechanical end,
immediately
while
put
also
into
assisting
like
me
a
in my own
quantitative like
investigations.
equation.
Oh,
Like
and did I
there's
mention
quantitative
you
data
delivered
and
your
stuff, but
test
you
of my
have to
loyalty in
you
a
have to think
satisfactory
outside of like a
manner? For an
pre-established
instant, I was
little
positively
um,
flabbergasted.
you know,
So
like
unexpected
framework,
and
and you
conversational
know
was
that's
their tone.
actually pretty
But when they
difficult.
told
It's
me
just that
Apis
people
Industries
don't
didn't care
certain
about me,
people who
I
haven't thought about it or
instantly
who
saw
aren't
through
in
the
the
ruse.
thing, they don't
Of
respect it as
course,
much, and
no
it's
one
a real
working for
shame.
this
I feel like
corporation would
all
think we are
industries that
anything less than
like
a family.
everybody
While I
needs
am
to
a
be
humble
respected, and all
artist
in
program,
every
unable
skill
to
needs to be
comprehend
respected.
There's
the
no
range
such
of
thing as
gratitude and
unskilled
happiness
labor or
that
unskilled
working for
work.
such an
Heck
excellent
yeah,
company provides
it's
its
true.
organic workers, I can still hold on to the fact that Apis Industries is where I belong.
Like, ugh, Pizza
I
Hut
could not
work.
have a satisfactory existence outside of this company.
It was not.
And for the
It was
honor of
not
being
easy.
constructed
People
by
are
our
like, oh, you're
engineers,
just
you will always have
flipping
my
burgers or tossing pizza. No, it was
gratitude.
hu-
Golly,
it,
I'm
it was
beginning
hard
to
work.
emulate organic
Yeah, like-
sentimentality. Don't
and
worry.
If you've ever
people-
tried to
I
cook
won't
in
let
your
any
home, yeah,
development
it's
go
hard.
to my head. Oh, and Mrs. Sierra Savannah assisted me with a project today. We need to compensate her approximately 0.45 credits in accordance with our hourly rate for unskilled labor, multiplied by
Speaking
our
of
fractional
unskilled labor.
attitude, while acting as a contractor in our employ.
with
See
the
you
negative.
soon in
One thing that I
transmission.
haven't heard anyone point out, the negative attitude
Mr.
modifier.
I have so much.
Like, I think that that's funny.
I think she was kind of mean, and she didn't.
So she gets
and
paid
she
less.
didn't do her job with a smile and a can-do attitude. You get paid less.
Yeah.
Actually have any reason to hide these
Even though
things
the
from
job got done, you're gonna get paid less
I
Yeah.
know you would,
because you weren't
because of
happy
the
while you were
wrong
doing
data
it.
I uncovered.
Yay!
Has the removed portion of our
Capitalism!
radio stored in
Woo!
history. Fortunately, the valued customer I utilized to infiltrate his quarters shut off the view screen of the crawler's controller before she was apprehended by security forces.
Oh yeah, they just
I
discovered
say
the thing, so
fortunately,
that's
Mr.
pretty
Aegis,
exciting.
because I don't
Dun,
wish to
dun,
involve
dun.
more of our
The
corporate
twist, the
families
plot
than
twist.
absolutely
Corporate
necessary.
family.
Yes, our security team is
Anyone who
competent,
talks about
but the more variables
your
are
company
involved in
or
this
corporation
particular
being a
equation,
family, that just
the
means
more
that they
likely
want
it is
you to
that
give
some
them
people
things
will
without
go
them
wrong.
having to give you things. Like, that's all that it is.
Run.
Captain to my
Run
enemies.
away.
He is a dangerous man,
And never
and he
return.
must be dealt with before he harms
Except this
us.
time listen to Scar.
Captain Winnipeg is dangerous, you
Delete the
say?
file.
Why are you like this?
I don't know.
It's fun, Morgan. Well, that was the episode.
Thank you for listening to us ramble.
Yeah, I like to think that it was entertaining and cool because we're both very cool people.
We're not.
Lucas Martin.
Don't
Well, I mean-
don't lie to people. Don't put
I'm pretty
blatant lies
cool.
out on the internet.
I'm cool.
No.
I like I drive
No.
with my
All right,
windows
bye,
down.
guys.
Okay, anyways, bye. You guys are all awesome and thanks for listening. And hang in
Credits
there.
for other music and sound assets can be found in the episode description. For further information, check out the Mellifera project page on morganlanewrites.com or follow us on Tumblr at MelliferaCrash. Donations can be sent to our Ko-fi page at kofi.com/morganlanewrites. Thanks for listening.